haven't seen Evil Dead 2 yet. What would you think? I'd think that you're a cinematic idiot and I'd feel sorry for you.
All right. Why?
Because it's a brilliant film. It's so funny and violent and the soundtrack kicks fucking ass. I never thought I'd say this, but can I go work now?
Welcome to another episode of What the Hell Did We Just Watch? I'm your host, as always, Luis Vargas, and I got another big crowd here. We showed them a very good, awesome movie. I think, in my opinion, it is. Let me see. First, introductions. One thing before we do that, I'm noticing that this is the same crowd that I always just seem to have the movie watching experience with all the time. This is the What the Hell Did We Just Watch segment of my show.
What's going on, world? It's Will, and I'm back at it again on this podcast, along with Mr. Luis Vargas himself. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, definitely,
bro.
Yeah, who else we got here?
Outrageous O, Oscar Lopez here.
Outrageous O, that's a new one. I have to make sure that you're introduced as that way all the time now.
It's the one and only Santiago.
Yeah.
Before we start talking about this movie, just realize you were too young for this movie. That's
yes,
all I gotta
am,
say.
But it's new gen. What can I say?
New gen.
Tweener.
The six tweener.
Who else we got?
Give
Who
me
else we
that.
got to his left?
Esteban the Don.
Like everybody's coming up with their own names and everything. I still haven't even given myself a name. I'm still, all right, this is your host, Luis Vargas. I got to come up with something, you know. Everybody's coming up with names.
Loaded Lou.
Yeah. I'll take that into consideration.
Oh, man.
Who else we got to his left?
G Savage is out here.
G Savage. Oh, just to remind you, he was G Snapper, now he's G Savage.
It changes.
Like every other podcast. But yeah, here we go. Introduction is good. We also have one in spirit. He's not here because he went to go see a movie. You know what I'm saying? He saw what was it?
Life of Pets.
The Life of Pets. Over this movie, he went to go see Life of Pets.
Yeah, but
Yeah, well, the not so attractive John Zona is what he goes by.
Watch your mouth.
You know, the not so good looking John Zona, that's what it was. Yeah, so he won't be joining us today. I'm sorry, world. So he's with us in spirit.
We got King, though.
So, okay, here we go.
Yeah, King.
Someone needs to tell me, what the hell did we just watch?
I just watched a soft porn.
A soft porn?
That's what I just seen.
Wait.
That's all I know.
What we saw, 50 Shades of Grey?
I just watched 2 hours of Orgy.
Yo, someone please tell us, what do we see?
Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut.
And it had my eyes wide open.
This
Yeah,
was
man.
the uncut.
The unrated version.
Unrated,
Yes, the unrated version. This is the version that was from Europe. This is actually the version that my second film, my film director of all time, Stanley Kubrick, rest in peace. This was the last film he ever made.
4 days before the movie came out.
Yeah, just like that. He made it, he edited it, and edited it. He edited it, and then
It's probably
put
the
it in
way.
the can.
It's probably the way he would have wanted to go with it. Really.
There's
Movie
nothing
like this.
wrong with going out the way that you want to make a movie.
He
The
went
way
out on
that
top.
you made the way that you wanted to make it. You know what I'm saying? He had no beef with nobody. He went in and made a movie and made the movie he wanted to make, and he went home,
It was an awesome.
so to speak.
There
You know?
was.
Yeah, that's actually what I wanted to ask you guys. The first actually simple question. Let me ask you something. As a normal film that's not porn, it's a drama. It's just a standard porn about not porn. It's a standard movie about a married couple that have a very interesting sexual ordeal. But I just want to, is this like the dirtiest movie you've ever seen as a drama? This kind of a movie?
As
Is
far
this
as
like
drama, yeah.
Yeah, like this is like the naughtiest movie you ever seen?
Yeah,
Just
it's
wanna
pretty
know.
naughty.
Is it naughtier than 50 Shades of Grey?
I never seen that. So
I never seen that either. But I know I will put this kind of up with American Beauty.
Yeah. Well, what's hilarious is that when 50 Shades of Grey first came out, everybody's like, oh my god, the sexual content, oh my god, this and that. I'm like, Really? Because I got a shitload of list of movies that I could actually show people that if they think 50 Shades of Grey really got there. Why? Because the dude like used bondage. Like, please, there was no bondage in this movie, and I know it's way more like
Straight
Eyes
Humpty
Wide
Hump,
Shut.
fam. Straight Humpty Hump.
Yep.
Totally. That's exactly the kind of movie that it is, you know. But Gary, since you have so much to say about this movie,
And he hasn't
please.
seen this movie before.
And he's never seen this movie before. I need you to tell me what the hell did you just watch?
I trust no bitches.
Oh, man, don't be that way.
This movie will have you all in shambles. I just called all my friends. You know what I mean? They're breaking up with their
He's
girls.
telling me to break up with my girlfriend.
Oh, really? He's like sending you texts.
God.
Everybody gotta go.
But why is that? Why are you telling everybody now? You want to tell everybody why they should break up with their girlfriends? But why? Is it the conversation they had in the bedroom?
If I would have had a conversation like that,
What would you do?
Man, what
Like,
would I
what
do?
was the
What did
conversation
I
that
do?
she had with the lady? Well, I mean, with her husband.
man, you was there.
I was there. Well, there's whatchamacallit. They were having they was getting high. Remember that? Now, did you think that they were that kind of a family or that kind of a?
Nah, I didn't. But,
Well, first of all,
but you never know with people these days.
yeah, no, you got introduced to this couple. They look like they're super normal, right? You know what I'm saying?
Super rich.
Yeah,
you know?
super rich, and they look super normal. They don't look like they do anything weird. They're going to a party. They dressed up nicely. He walks in on his wife taking a piss. You know what I'm saying? Normal
Man,
husband
rude.
and wife couple right there.
Right.
You know, hey, wait, what do you want? Yo, he had to check himself in the mirror. She was in the bathroom.
Man.
We don't need to hog the bathroom when we're married.
If I was Dr. Bill, I'd be smashing
But,
their
yeah.
patients.
They're a normal couple. They
That's
go to
all
a
I know.
yeah, so you know, right? they go to a Christmas party. It's Christmas time. They go to a Christmas party of one of his patients, right? Yeah, the Ziegler, Victor Ziegler, Sidney Pollack, another director. He's a film director. Rest in peace. He passed away in 2008.
Really?
Yeah, he makes great films, that guy. Basically, he goes to this Christmas party. They enjoy themselves. They drinking. And they get a little separated because he sees a friend of him and old friends of his from college. And they go into their own world. They start dancing. Mrs. Hartford, Bill Hartford's wife, she goes to start dancing with some rich guy. He starts talking to two very hot women, I should say.
Oh, yeah.
So freaking hot, yo.
So hot.
Yeah, they were.
They're just models.
You like Nuala?
Daddy like.
Did you like
yeah.
Nuala?
The see-through dress. One.
Yes, with the awesome red see-through dress. All I know is that, how do you spell Nuala? N-U-A-L-A.
I would have.
And I was just like, okay, damn, what you want?
Smoked.
You know what I'm saying? But one of the things this is actually to date, out of all the movies that I've shown you, the best film in my opinion. One of the best movies I've ever seen. Actually, I see this movie in the movie theaters back in 1999, and I loved it then. I also felt weird watching it with a whole bunch of people because I was like, oh my god, I didn't know that it was gonna have so much sexual content. So imagine sitting in a movie theater with like 200 people, and they're all watching what you're watching. A whole bunch of naked people, coked out women.
What was the trailer?
The trailer was very clean, very clean. Yeah, it's just like. Yeah, like no nudity. Obviously, they actually showed nothing from the house. Yeah, nothing. It was just like it was a trailer. It was like it was super simple. It actually is in the same title card like in the beginning. It says Cruise, Kidman, Kubrick, and they play the music, the piano, like ding ding ding, and they just show like random scenes.
I think I remember it.
That's all it is. They show nothing. You don't even know what you're watching when you see the trailer. When you see the trailer, those splash it all over his face. No. So yeah, no, that was the trailer. It was super random. They didn't have anything. They didn't have anything crazy. You know what I'm saying? So like show random things, but whatchamacallit? I'm getting. I can't stop laughing because Gary's a funny guy.
He's just
But,
doing an obscene gesture to a 16-year-old.
Don't say that. You're gonna get me arrested.
Anyway, but this is actually the thing that's interesting. This is one of the things I love about this movie is because we're introduced to a normal looking husband and wife. They have a daughter. They have a normal looking family, and then you start noticing that yo, Gary, you're a trip, yo. It's a good thing you can't say what Gary's doing. But he
I'm sorry.
yeah. Gary, compose yourself.
I'm done.
So basically, once you get this normal-looking family, a family that looks like they're, doctor, housewife, they got a daughter, they have a regular life, and then like little things happen like in the movie just before like the real movie starts happening. You see like little things like happening, like the wife dancing with a whole nother man and he's hitting on her, seducing
She's
her.
allowing it.
Long story short, would you allow that?
No.
Well, if you're in a relationship like that,
That's.
I mean, so
it is unacceptable.
So then you're in an open relationship. Then
you're seeing that they're not in an open relationship where they're allowed to like have sex with other people, but they're in an open relationship where
They trust each other.
they trust each other to like be at a party and do as they please.
not having.
But look how they're like talking so close.
Yeah.
You know how?
And that's not very.
And she's drunk.
I mean,
And she's
touching
drunk.
noses.
Yeah, their noses are
Yeah.
touching.
Yes.
I don't care. I'm
But
not.
what about-
I'm not having it?
But come on, Gary. What about Bill Harford,
Yeah, he
the
had
doctor? Look at him.
That's my man's.
He's your but hey, that's not fair.
What you mean that's not fair?
Yo, he's walking around with two models.
He did that because you know what I mean. That's your man's.
That's a man's. And you know what?
But he's seen his wife acting
Yeah.
crazy.
No,
I
he
don't-
actually
I don't-
did it.
I don't respect
Well, he
that.
did.
Yeah,
But he didn't,
he
you know,
knew
he
he
wasn't
saw
like the death stare. Like he
Right.
wasn't doing the death stare like, who my bitch talking to?
Yeah,
Like,
he
it wasn't like that.
He kind of just.
But she was
Rushed
doing
up.
it. So
Yeah.
explain this to me. Why is she like looking at him like that, knowing what she doing,
Yeah.
but he didn't look at her like that. He
But
was
she
just
didn't.
like-
She didn't show signs of jealousy. Meaning there at the party
No,
when she
no,
was
at the
dancing,
party, yeah.
he was like, "What are you looking at?" The guy that she was dancing with, and he was like, she was like, "My husband."
I was like, "Bitch, get off of me. You over here bull stuffing. I'm over
Yeah.
here. You know what I mean?
But then we fast forward a little bit after the party, right? Whatchamacallit, they go home and they bang. You know what I'm saying? They have sex because of the sexual tension of the whole night.
Right.
You know what I'm
She
saying?
looked at
Like
the
she danced with
mirror
another
all-
dude. He was with two chicks, you know, and come on, man. It's like, fuck your frustrations away.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
But that couple has problems.
Yes, they do. Or maybe they don't.
Or, yeah, I don't know.
They seem to know what kind of relationship they have. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And they don't go that other way because when she was dancing with the dude, and then at the end he was like, "Oh, I must see you again." What did she say to him? She says, "Oh, I can't." And she's like, "Why?" What did she say? Why?
Because I'm married.
Because I'm married. You know, and then guy was like, "Come on, man.
She
Don't
wasted
leave me
that
hanging
man's
Come
time."
see me again, right?"
Need them lips, man.
Yeah, so they go home, they bang. The next day, they're having just a full-on regular day. He's doing his doctor stuff. She's doing her housewife stuff.
Yep.
And at the end of that whole day, what do they do, baby? What do they do?
Roll up.
Roll up. It's a couple of hood-ass relationship. Yo, well, first of all, let me go around the room. William, when they have that scene where she's like literally like looking like she had the whole day like weighing off of her, right? She had like that face like, oh, I'm so tired. And she opens up that cabinet. What did you think was going to come out that?
I mean, I didn't know what. Well, besides Band-Aids, I didn't know what else to expect. When I saw the weed, I was like, all right.
What about you, Oscar? What did you think?
I think anything was gonna come out of that cabinet.
You didn't think they were going to roll up?
I think anything is going to come out of a bowling ball.
Who knows? Anything.
No, this is actually what I said. When she opened up that cabinet and pulled out the Band-Aid thing, and then she pulled the white the paper, the rolling paper,
right.
and then she pulled out the bag of weed. I was like, yo,
She pulled the Band-Aids out because she knew what she was about to tell him was gonna cut him deep. Bars.
yo. But what about you? What about you, Santi? What did you think? Did you think they were gonna pull that out?
No, I thought she was just got a cut or something.
He kept looking at her dress that she had on. Little nasty little
Or
boy.
the dress she did not have on.
Yes.
With a very
Talk about
startled
it.
look on his face.
There were
Well,
plenty of times that she did
well,
not have her dress on.
well, while she's doing the weed, I assume that
While she was doing the weed.
Okay.
All right.
While she was rolling up.
Yeah, what did you think, Steve? What do you think she was gonna bring out that cabinet? Like the Band-Aid.
I mean, I probably would imagine it was like painkillers before it was weed. Like, you know, like you guys have like some. I think you have some problems. I think it was gonna be
Yo,
weed.
Gary keeps making faces because the scene where Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman are about to smash.
Yeah, they're both nude in front of the mirror.
Santi's probably getting a little excited, so.
He gotta go upstairs all of a sudden.
Sunday's forehead's getting sweaty.
Not even. Come on, man. We gotta do it for just a little while longer, and then you can go upstairs. Gary, what did you think when you saw that scene when they pulled out that weed?
I didn't think. I don't know.
Bullshit. When you was like, you said, "Yo,"
I just thought it was. She was just grabbing band-aids. Like Will said, like I was just grabbing band-aids.
Bandits.
And then she pulled out that loud, and it got real quiet.
Now this is actually the part. It's the first like part of the list. I made a list while we were watching the movie. I know what to ask you guys. You know what I'm saying? So the first one is the conversation that they have in the bedroom. Can you guys relate to the that conversation they have on the bed when they smoking that blunt? They get a little high, and then all of a sudden, the wifey, she was like, "Did you happen to fuck those two women that you was with?"
Oh man, I don't know. I wouldn't be in the right state of mind to have that conversation.
Nah, not at all.
I would have been like,
Not at all.
like, not right now, fam.
Hell no, I couldn't.
Because I might tell the truth.
But
Yeah, he played it well. I mean,
fuck around and tell the truth.
I'd be sleeping.
I'd be sleeping.
Nah,
well-
I couldn't, man.
have you ever had a conversation like that before?
Never.
Never.
Ain't
put
no,
yourself
I,
in
ain't,
that
ain't no girl gonna talk to me like that. Well,
I'm talking about when she was confronting you about the women that she saw you with.
Those.
The beginning part of the conversation.
Oh yeah, I had conversations like that.
Damn, Gary, you put yourself on the spot like that?
Hey, stuff happens.
He's like, Gary, did you happen to fuck that girl that you were with?
Yo, every man had that situation before.
Well,
every dude. Say you go to Applebee's, right? You go to Applebee's, you see somebody you know you with your girl, and then later on, did you fuck her before? You're like, what? We went to school together. Did y'all fuck though? What does it matter? It matters, but it don't matter.
Well, this is what the woman will tell you. If you want to be with the bitch, then you can be with the bitch.
Exactly. You sitting there looking crazy.
But then it gets a little bit more serious. Like the conversation gets a little serious because they start having a conversation that gets a little deep. The wife gets offended because she's a bitch.
Well,
not because she's a bitch. Well, maybe that's one of the things. But
she's a bitch.
She admitted. Well, she didn't admit, but she got upset that Bill never gets jealous of her, and that sent her to the roof.
Do you feel if you're in a good relationship, right?
Yeah.
Should you be jealous? Don't get me wrong. Yes. It's all right. First and foremost, fam, don't even come over here with that noise.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is the problem that I have with relationships in general. You don't want to have jealousy in the relationship, but
it happens.
Trust me, I've had that conversation. Like, why don't you ever get jealous of me? Like of things that, like, that guy stared at me, and you didn't even notice, or you didn't do anything. Like, I've had that. Like, you didn't see that guy. I'm like, no, I don't.
But how crazy is it? Like, all right, say you don't get jealous, right? So now you're not jealous. So now there's a problem. But say if you do get jealous, now you're that weird dude at the party acting crazy because somebody's looking at your girl. It's a lose-lose.
Yeah.
That open relationship.
If yeah.
That is.
I mean, if we have an open relationship, don't even come at me with that noise.
If you had a relationship like that.
Like what was going on over there?
Yeah. What would you do? Like, same exact.
Everybody's getting knocked out.
Even her.
You know,
Especially her.
Especially her. Word.
It's very interesting. Well, they're in one of those relationships where it's like I said, they can move freely, they can talk to anybody they want, but they don't go that route. They don't go overboard. But the question, the conversation that they had, which sent them,
she started going in.
Yeah, into a spiral was
fam.
He admitted that he don't get jealous of her, and that he is sure of her, that she will never ever do something because that's his wife. They do this and that, and and all of a sudden that sent her overboard, because then she started to say this one confession. He's like, "Oh, you're so sure that you will never that you shouldn't be jealous of me," and he goes, "Well, I am. I'm sure of you," and then that's when she started breaking out this famous dream sequence, this story that she confessed to him, and it was the story that she
made him snap.
Yeah, exactly. It was a story that she was telling him about a conversation they had. I mean, a vacation that they had, and during the vacation, she saw this officer, a naval officer, that she just felt like super infatuated with. Like she couldn't stop staring. She crushed hard on this dude, and she also admitted to him that she dreamt about them being together. She dreamt about them leaving together. She even admitted to him that just for one night of being together, that she was willing to destroy her whole family to it, just to bang this nigga.
First and foremost, bitch, tell me that you gotta go.
You definitely have
gotta
to go.
you gotta go.
Grounds for a spanking.
Is that
Word.
grounds out of a dream?
Facts.
I mean, just the fact that she's talking to me
The way she
you
was
know,
talking,
I don't know.
word.
They have a weird relationship, or I've never seen one like that.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is that what do you consider the actual cheating? The intent, right, or the actual thought?
Well, the thing is that all she did was think. Well, she actually didn't think that she wanted to cheat. One thing, it was actually worse. She admitted that if she were to even have a chance with him, that she was willing to take the opportunity and literally destroy
It was how she was saying, she could have been like, oh yeah, I seen some dude and da 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 da, you know what I mean? Like, it could have been just a blow by, but she was she was trying to make your man's jealous. She was trying to make him jealous.
Well, she was trying to also prove to him, and that's where she's messed up, is that she was proving to him, no, you should be jealous. You should be jealous because look what I thought. Not look what I did. She said, look what I thought. How about that? That's where it's that gray area.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're not jealous? Look what I did. No, that's what bitches would say. Look what I did. But no, she said, look what I thought. Look, I dreamt this. You know what I'm saying? And it does hurt. I'm not going to say that it doesn't hurt. It hurts just as bad. Because she started, she's also started confessing that, after that, they had sex. The guy left. But everything was normal. Their daughter went to go see a movie with a friend. They had sex, and that but she also admitted that the entire time that they were doing all of that,
He never left her mind.
Yes, exactly.
First and foremost, fam.
That's grounds.
That's great.
Yo,
You're stepping in bad territory.
that's mad disrespectful,
That's
son.
ultimate disrespect.
It's mad
horrible.
disrespectful.
Us men, we will go above and beyond.
I have yet to see that experience.
Yes, you do. You got a long way to go.
Yeah, man.
Trust me,
Oh,
not
you'll-
even your first girlfriend will treat you this fucked up. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, you gotta go knee deep. You
Oh,
gotta be like
boy.
in girlfriend number
Damn,
5. And
You gotta
maybe
go
it'll
through the
get like that.
crazies.
Have some real in-depth relationship, and then it starts getting like that. Because this is where it's kind of fucked up. Because I remember watching this movie, and when they were having that conversation, I remember being livid. Like the same faces he made,
Yeah.
those were my faces. Watching the movie, just silent, just staring.
Yo, I don't get it. Why would you want somebody to be mad at you? Why do you live this life? Why are you let me get this nigga jealous?
Well,
Well,
What?
the only,
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go right ahead.
from what I see based on the film, all I want to know is I want to be a doctor.
Yeah, he does live the life.
Facts.
The life.
He does live the life.
Well,
He gets
it's
to
an
grab
interesting
boobies.
Mm-hmm.
But they have that conversation where we've had that relationship where we've been in a relationship where a girlfriend gets mad because, just like I said, they get upset that you don't act like a crazy guy sometimes. It's and I always just say to my woman, can we just have a normal relationship where we don't have to deal with that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like they get
too
upset
much
if
to
there's no
ask?
drama. It's like they get upset if there's no drama in the relationship.
Women
And that
are
pisses me off.
crazy, bro.
You know, and that's actually the conversation they had. They had a regular man-woman conversation about, oh, just because I look good, that means that they only want to fuck
Son,
me.
dude was acting mad. He's mad calm, mad normal. Nah, I don't get jealous because I know you're my wife. You're not gonna cheat on me, so everything is good. Let's just live. Oh, excuse me. Oh, cause I'm a bad bitch. Like, come on, man.
But yeah, like, and that's where the gist of the whole film was. Is like, us men, it will drive us. Like, she just told you a fantasy that she had. It wasn't even a reality. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what though? Despite the topic of the discussion, like when she was having with Bill, like if you were that serious about like, you know, thinking of other guys and whatever, like every woman has a fantasy, correct?
Yeah,
The same
and
way
men.
the same way men have fantasies
Yeah.
too. So if she was to tell me that situation, I would have called her an Uber and I would tell her.
I would have called her Uber to our
like,
own
wait,
house.
you know
Yeah,
what? You can
and
wait
see,
outside, you can wait outside.
go to your
and
house.
see if the guy
I'm
that you're
rich.
talking to is gonna take care of you the way I take care of you at the end of the day. You know what I mean, that's real talk.
Yeah. That might be true. But so
I wanted to say,
Yo, what's crazy?
Yeah.
Like she
I had
violated him by telling him everything, and then when he told her everything, she's like, "Whoa!" Like mind boggled. But you don't even see that you violated him in any type of way.
no,
How-
she sees that she did.
No,
but she
she
was
don't.
proving a point. She was proving a point because what the point that she was trying to prove is that just because we're in a committed relationship, it don't mean that you shouldn't think that you know what I mean, like, you know, that you're so sure of that things are just so normal, like that things are predictable.
So people don't even know. Like, was she even telling the truth about that?
She was
You know
she
what
was
I'm
admitting
saying?
to-
So you know for a fact that she was telling the absolute truth, or
About
was
what
she
she
just,
did?
or was she just saying something just to get him
No,
bothered?
no. But what she was telling was the actual truth. That she was proving to him that, you know, like what he said, the millions of years of evolution. You know, men do it one way, women just security, blah blah. He's basically what he was saying is that women don't have fantasies of being with other men, or
Well,
with
that's-
being with anybody else.
That's
You know what I'm
bullshit.
saying?
I know
Like
that.
that's what she says. Like, yeah, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? But he had his whole like mindset about it. You know, but did you want to say something, Will?
I did. That conversation reminded me of
Yeah.
this is back in the naive days.
The naive days.
Yeah, and it's like it was some sort of, I don't remember the full conversation, but it was something about she wanted to go to like a bar or a club or whatever. But she wanted to go like with the intent. You know how they were talking to people,
Yeah.
and she wanted to do that. And at the time,
What? Just be open and talk to anybody?
yeah, and she was expecting me to do the same thing. I mean, you know, it's my first relationship, so whatever.
Like an open relationship, you saying?
Yeah, but she wanted to do that going to a bar club. I don't remember exactly what it was because this was years ago. And like at that time, like there was so many emotions running through. I didn't know how to react to that. But I was like, what?
She wanted to be a smut.
You know? And it's like I saw that. That's like the first thing that came into mind where I was like,
But I think I know what you're talking about. I ain't gonna say anything.
nah, I don't think so. I don't think I ever had that conversation. Nah. It's not that conversation at all.
Okay.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. This is,
Good terminology. I got you
Nicole Kidman.
nah, like I remember this reminded me of that. I was like, yo, this kind of touched like on old territory from back
The
then.
conversation
Yo.
is very realistic.
Would you be able to be in an open relationship?
No.
Nah.
If I did, I would be in one. Well, like that. Like the way
Yo,
the movie that we saw.
there's some
Can you see
people in
yourself
this
being
room
in a
right now
relationship like
just
that?
don't belong.
In their defense, they're a married couple. Married couples, some people in in marriage, their relationship turns into something else sometimes. Where it's like, it's become so routine. You know what I mean? Like things become so routine, and then they start, they do things differently just so they can keep their relationship. Their relationship, what they do, the result of what they do makes them have sex at the end. That's what we saw. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Exactly. 'Cause that's what I think. It's not perceived as an actual social norm. Their relationship, which stood out the best.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to say is that they have a weird way of getting themselves turned on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing, yeah, but then they got into the relationship, but in the part of it where it's like, oh, well, why aren't you jealous of me? Why don't you ever get jealous of me? Because he said it. He's like, maybe because you're my wife, you're the mother of my child. Things are just routine, even though not everything we do is routine. That stuff is routine.
So maybe he was secretly sick of the routine and wanted to change it up.
Well, that's what happens in some married people's lives, and basically they get into that conversation. It ends with him getting upset because she told him like, "Yo, I would have like destroyed our whole family if I had slept with this guy. I would have said yes if he had said, yo, you want to sleep together?" She would have been like, "Let's do it."
Could you imagine a chick telling you that, fam? No. Could you imagine?
And after you're married, you
Yeah.
have kids.
That means
And she told you straight to your face, like, "Yo, I was gonna ruin the whole family just because of this dude."
Yeah, she was like head over heels with him.
Yo, I love you, but you gotta go.
That's grounds.
Yeah.
Those grounds, unacceptable.
You gotta
So,
go.
This was funny. So he gets a phone call, and it's from a patient. A patient has died, and of course he has this face like, I can't leave. We had this like ridiculous conversation that I want to finish, probably ending with me like yelling at you and chewing, biting your head off. So he leaves, and he's in a cab, and all he does the entire time is he sees.
He imagines it.
He starts visioning her dream, but like as if it really happened. You know what I'm saying? So she sees his wife having sex, or at least starting to have sex with a naval officer that he doesn't even remember. So he created one in his mind, and
The naval officer looking her navel.
Yeah.
So you know what was crazy? They're a real married couple in this movie.
Oh, they are.
They were
married.
married
real
in this
life,
movie, Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise at the time.
I wouldn't be able to act like that.
It was a good
That's
chemistry.
why. That's why they feel like a real married couple when they're in the movie. But how
They did
crazy
that
is that?
good.
You get those scenes of the naval officer rubbing all up on his wife's naked body.
Yo,
Hey man, that's
how
a
much
job.
money are we getting off of this film?
Of
That's
course,
what
a
I
lot.
want to know.
Yeah.
You are actors.
Yo,
It's the job.
Well, how good did the movie did when it came out? Like,
It doesn't matter. They get paid beforehand. Actors get paid for the job, not for how much money it makes in the theaters.
But what I'm actually surprised is that a film of such caliber is not actually known like that. I never heard of this film until,
Well, let me ask you this: have you ever heard of Stanley Kubrick before this?
No.
Meaning as the name.
No.
You've seen his movies, but
Yeah, which in The Shining and
but
other
if I
films.
told you, but if you follow Stanley Kubrick like I did back then, well, like I always do, you would know that the next movie he makes is the movie you need to see. Stanley Kubrick was a man that, believe it or not, made movies for once every 10 years.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it shows in his work. You can tell. Like every scene was shot exactly how I wanted it to, and like the story was like well told.
Yeah,
Like, it was good.
There's actually this kind of like old wives' tale about Stanley Kubrick that all his movies are adapted by books, right? They're from books. But the thing is that when he makes the movie he wants to make, they're not from the books. You know what I mean? So like though the book was better, well, his movie was never intended to be based on the book and like specifically. You know what I'm saying? He takes the story that he wants to tell, and he finds it in the book. He's like, you know what? I want to talk about this theme,
And that's
he makes an original story out of the books
And-
that were based on the books.
And that's exactly what I found interesting, the fact they actually took an actual couple's life,
Yeah.
a sneak peek into their life, and
Yeah.
actually made it into a film, which other people are actually not willing to open talk about. Like
No.
that's interesting. Like
The book, what it's about is actually this conversation right here. The whole story, the whole book is this part. It's about a man, husband and a wife talking about jealousy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just them two having a conversation and the husband getting jealous of her thoughts. Because that's what Tom Cruise is. He's being jealous of her thoughts. You know what I mean? Something that actually never physically happened.
Right.
And so that drives him to a whole nother kind of different world that was actually unexpected.
Yeah.
That nobody saw coming.
Not at all.
And
Not
not
at
even him. Not even Bill Harford saw this coming. But my favorite part is actually the woman in the woman that was at the house that he went to, because he went to investigate that one of his patients died, and he was speaking to the daughter of the man that died, and she kind of like said, "Hi, how are you?" She's grieving. Thank you for coming. All this and that. Fast forward a little bit, and she says, that she's getting married, that she, to a guy named Carl who's a professor. They're having a normal conversation, and then she confesses something to him while she was grieving, which was like so awesome because I love it, because it's kind of like another realistic moment when you're with someone and then all of a sudden like this secret comes out that you never knew would come out, and I love it because she says she just out of nowhere just kisses him. And then she starts saying that she loves him. I love you, I love you, I love you. And he was like,
Yeah, what was that about?
She seemed nervous.
she was super nervous, but she also admitted to Bill that every time she's ever saw him, she was in love with him, or at least she was the same shit that happened to his wife.
Yo,
That woman was basically his wife, only she literally acted out.
So he was the naval officer?
So to speak, she was his naval officer,
Right,
yes.
right.
So like, just put it like this. Carl and this woman, they get married. A couple of years later, they have that conversation. Imagine that conversation will come out. Like, I was in love with the Dr. Bill. And he's like, what? He's going to say the same thing. You know what I'm saying? That's that cool little twist.
Yeah, that's a cool thing.
You know what I mean? Like, they had that same kind of like life. So imagine like, yeah, I always like it too, because when he leaves, when Bill's about to leave, she like gasps, like, because she knows that's the last time she's ever going to see him again. And so fast forward again, and I love it because he doesn't decide to go home. He decides to walk the mean streets of New York City, or a film set. The mean streets of a film set. Because Gary called it, that ain't New York, goddammit. Yes, because Stanley Kubrick has this thing with the real world. He doesn't like shooting anything that he can't control. You know what I mean? He doesn't want anything to happen when he's filming that, let's say like a bird shits on a actor. He's gonna be mad about that. Fast forward to like when he was walking. When he was walking, he reaches this lady, a lady that just starts having a conversation with him and starts saying like, "Hey, you know how you doing?" There's small talk, and she not admits, but we start already realizing that she's actually a prostitute, Domino, the prostitute. And the reason why I said it a little later, a friend of mine, he's in a band. King Kelly is the name. Is actually the song of my theme song. That's from him, courtesy of him. But he's a huge fan of this movie as well, and he actually has a song called "Bringing Pastries to Domino." That's the name of the song, and that's what we saw Tom Cruise's character later on when he bringing pastries to Domino. Cool. And so I always thought that was really cool. And we're watching one of those famous dream sequences now of with Nicole Kidman's very hot body getting rubbed up.
Actually, I wanted to say shout out to Juliana Davis. That's the character known as Mandy. Great bod, by the way. She definitely caught everybody's attention.
Yeah, she actually definitely caught my attention.
I'd smoke her boots.
I had a friend that could not stop. Like, he loved that scene so much. Like, he was like infatuated with this girl. I'm like, dude, you can't even get anything.
And actually, I just looked her up in Wikipedia right now. She's actually 42, and she's still beautiful.
Yeah, she's still hot. I saw her recently too.
Pretty bad.
Mm-hmm. I actually did. She's super hot. And so once the gets involved with the prostitute, he basically what's going on is that he's trying to find these opportunities where he can cheat on his wife with only a dream. Would you take it that far, guys? Would you take it that far? Would you try to cheat on your woman?
Well, the way he
First and foremost, she would have been gone. So,
well, let's say you didn't throw her away.
If I ain't kick it out,
Yeah.
Like, you went on you're walking around the mean streets at this point, and you're like, all right,
I'm piping everything I see.
So you would
Even if
cheat
it
on
was-
your wife, and she didn't cheat on you.
I ain't trying to hear that bullshit.
She just verbally told you a thought in her mind.
Mad disrespectfully. Now,
So you think the result of that should be you fucking another bitch?
yo,
Does that justify the means?
I don't justify, but it's just what I would do.
And if John was here, he would have said, shouldn't have been talking shit.
Yeah, that'll be his answer. That'll be his answer.
I mean,
to his woman.
them thoughts alone would fuck any man's life up.
Of course, but
It's the way that she
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
it, bro. It's not. It's like
She
yeah,
tried
exactly.
to take his man.
in her defense,
Yeah, it seemed very nonchalant. Like,
Try to hit him in the core. With that.
I'm going to defend her right now. Just a small defense.
Yeah, bitch.
She was proving a point. It's not because she was hot, but she was proving a point.
What's the point?
The point
what's
is,
the
you
point?
should be jealous of me. It makes me feel like you love me. Women say that.
okay, so why try and make me jealous when you know I'm there?
Women hate it when they feel like their men are just like too lazy in the relationship, or what they feel is lazy. You understand what I'm saying? Like things are too calm.
No,
we need to rough things up.
Yo, they're never happy.
Well, you know what it is though? They love to hear themselves think. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yo, they're never happy, fam. They're never happy. Never happy.
There's no pleasing. You got
Women hate it when you're not fighting for them a little bit.
I'm not trying to hear that.
For example, if you tell them they don't look good when you first see them, you in
It's the same
trouble.
thing. I get that all the time.
You in trouble.
You didn't even notice my makeup.
My nails. Bitch, who's looking at your fucking fingers? What is
I'm
going
like,
on?
you ain't noticed my
I'm
new
not
socks
shaking your
on,
hand.
but I ain't gonna get mad
Yeah,
at
but
you.
the
What's
second-
going on?
Yeah, but the second that she were to tell you, well, Joe from down the street said that my nails look nice.
Fuck Joe.
That's what I said. The same thing. But she ain't noticed that your waves was spinning last week. You know what I mean?
Facts, like, yo, I just got a haircut right now.
There you go.
You ain't say nothing to me though.
See?
My waves on splash.
Yeah. You ain't say nothing about my haircut. But I'm supposed to look at your toenails and nah. Hell with that noise.
You didn't notice my new shampoo.
Yeah,
Am I smelling your hair when I see you? Like, what up?
they get like that. They do. They really do get like that. And
freaking
basically,
nuts.
that's what she was trying to prove.
Cause
You know
she's
what I
a
mean?
dick.
She was saying, "Look,
It's like
I
nuts,
thought of ruining our relationship with this man. I thought about it. I didn't do it, but I thought about it.
She
And-
really thought about it.
Yeah, she did. But it
A
drove
lot.
him. But Tom Cruise's character, Bill Harford, it drove him to the conclusion that he feels like in order to get her back, he needs to literally sleep with another woman.
The fact that you thought about ruining our relationship and when I end it right there, shit.
But you, would you ruin a marriage so easily? Because it's a marriage, not a like a boyfriend girlfriend. When it comes,
I
yeah.
can't speak at that perspective. 'cause I never
The
been
sad
married.
part is, in a marriage, is a lot more compromising. You gotta like,
Yeah.
you gotta deal with a lot of shit.
You got a lot more to lose with that.
Yeah, you got a whole lot to lose. You know, you're gonna break up a family. You're gonna break up a daughter, and all because of a thought.
Yeah, that's crazy.
At the end of the day, there's no right answer. You know what I'm
It
saying?
was crazy.
I want a
Yeah.
divorce. Why? She mentally cheated on me.
But what's crazy is like, at the end of the day, she actually made that happen. You know what I mean? She made him want to have a divorce or whatever.
Well, she
You know what I'm
didn't. She didn't think that he was gonna do that. Like that he
saying?
would
But
go around.
why push somebody's buttons that far? There's no reason to push anybody's
She
buttons
was
like
proved-
that.
she was
But you know what though?
proving
Yeah,
point.
exactly. Because what if she never said anything? He ended up cheating. Would that conversation been any different?
Wait, what?
Like, let's say they never brought up the discussion of how she felt or how he felt, and he ended up just like she said, "Oh, when you look at a woman, how do you feel? Or when you're as a doctor, you feel their breast, you feel nothing. Just
Yeah.
professionalism."
She was jealous of that.
Yeah, she just wanted. You know what it is? At the end of the day, I feel like she just wanted to admit how he actually felt when he was around women. That's when she got upset when he's
Or
like,
maybe
"Oh,
she was trying
men
to
look
prove-
at you." Yeah.
Or maybe she was trying to prove that her thoughts are the same thoughts as his. Like, oh, I thought about cheating. I know you do too.
Which they were.
Huh?
Because they both were, in the beginning, looked like they were going to cheat.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and that's the thing. So he has this notion that he needs to cheat on his wife. He needs to cheat on his wife tonight. And he's actually getting lucky. Like, he's coming up through all these kind of like situations.
Back to back,
Yeah, pretty much back to back.
back to back biddies.
So
Like, nobody has that much luck in one day.
exactly,
Yeah,
and when it's like that, you should ignore it.
Something's up.
Yeah, thumbs up.
He's like, yeah, you're looking at fate. You're like looking around. Am I gonna die soon? Is that why I'm getting all this luck? Oh, he gets a woman, kisses him. The second one is a prostitute that's willing to do anything with him. Literally, only for $150, no time clock, and we know prostitutes put the time clock.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of the things we know.
No, you
Not by
know.
Not that we know. Yeah.
Not by experience.
No, he knows.
Yeah, I might know a thing or two.
Troll.
So she's willing to like have straight up sex with this dude. She probably, if she did it, I bet you $1 million that she probably wouldn't have even charged him. That's what it looked like. It was so casual. So all of a sudden, just like in the first encounter, he just leaves because he wasn't feeling it. And then the second encounter, when something's about to happen, he actually gets a phone call from his wife. And she's like, "Oh, when you coming home?" And he starts lying, like, "Oh, I don't know, this and that. We're waiting for family members and shit like that." So that he grows in a conscience and says, "Yeah, I better go." But it's actually my favorite because he was like, the prostitute. She was like, "So do you have to leave?" and he says, "Do I have to leave?"
And that's an interesting point because most people would have been like, "Oh, what would you have done? Would you have stayed? Would you have just,
Well, he was
let me
thinking
go through
about
it?" Exactly.
Yeah.
So-
But you know what it is? He's getting that conscience that's in the back of his mind. My wife just told me a dream, not something that she. I think that's what's kind of like creeping.
Exactly, because
because
it's psychological. Pretty much, you're pushing each other's buttons to the limit.
Yeah.
Who would crack first?
Yeah, and his is obviously he's on the verge of cracking. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because he keeps having that. Like throughout the whole film, he's thinking of his wife doing something she actually never did. She didn't do it.
To prevent all that, just don't push my buttons.
Yeah, pretty much.
But women push buttons. Just to
they're
make
good.
sure we're not sexist. The problem is we're
Yeah,
we're
we're
a
not.
whole bunch of guys. So this is what guys
I
talk
believe
about.
in equality.
Female.
Trust me, this is guy talk based on Eyes Wide Shut.
Yep.
Sorry.
But yes, no, I mean women like it. I'm sorry, women do. I feel they do. Women like that. They like stepping on your toes. They like.
They love drama.
Yeah, they
Love
do. They like throwing glass on the floor and watching you walk barefoot over.
Yo, if you're not stressed out in a relationship, then she's not happy.
Yeah, you gotta be.
Yeah, like if you're not freaking out about something,
Yeah,
oh, you must
it's not
be,
normal.
You must be fucking somebody else.
Yeah, it's not
What?
normal. It's the way they
You know what
think.
it is? I feel like the moment that there's like no arguing, there's no nothing, the relationship is dead. To be honest,
That's
how they-
That's when she's
needs
cheating
to
on
be
you
in a
though.
relationship.
In order for a
Facts.
relationship to be good, you need
I'm not saying you gotta fight and argue all the time. I'm just saying there's gotta be some kind of differences in the relationship.
Of
Because
course.
then it's gonna be dull.
But there's nothing wrong with just having a sit down while you're watching TV. She on that side of the couch, I'm on this side of the couch.
Absolutely.
Stop. Just let it be.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's a test of character. And they like that. They won't be like, oh, can I trust my man? Can I trust my girl? You know what I'm saying? You don't know that. That's why at the end of the day, it's a thought. You don't know that.
No, you don't know.
And a
that.
thought
You're
could
right.
turn into actual action.
Exactly.
Don't
Exactly.
test my character.
So he leaves Domino's house. That's what he decided to do. So he didn't do anything again. And then he goes and as he keeps walking, he comes across. It's kind of like fate, literally. He's like coming across all these places. He's not even going there directly.
Yeah.
And he comes across the Sonata Cafe, which is the cafe that his Nick Nightingale. He sounds like a superhero
Sounds like
to
a
me.
game show host.
Yeah, or a game show host. He even looks like one too.
He must be some type of pianist.
He's a pianist. So yeah, no, he comes across his friend that he saw that was playing at the Christmas party. They caught up, and he told him that he would be at the Sonata Club. Hey, come visit. So he went, and he's watching him play, and they just chit-chatting, nothing crazy. And then all of a sudden they get into this conversation where, you know, he's about to go somewhere, and his night just is begun. He still has another gig, and so he starts asking about that. What's up with this gig? What's going on? And he tells him, "No, yeah, it's a place. It's a secret place. I only know where it's gonna be an hour before the party starts." And he starts getting interested, like any other person would. When you're being so cryptic like that, you're gonna start asking questions and all this and that. You know what I'm saying? And I just think his curiosity, you know, that curiosity killed the cat. You know, he gets the phone call. Nick Nightingale gets the phone call, and he gets this password called Fidelio, which is the opera of Beethoven. Just to let you know.
Right.
Yeah. So he says, "Hey, you're going there now?" He was, "Yeah." He was like, "Yo, I know the password. I want to go. There's no way that I'm gonna pass this up." And so he convinces Nick Nightingale that he's gonna go, and he tells him, "Well, you know, you can't go like that. You got to go with a costume." He knows a place. I guess is the hookup of being one of the perks of being a doctor, which I will say again is ex machina. He will not be doing what he's doing if he wasn't some kind of a rich person that has a lot of money, because he's going around spending all kinds of money just to like get to do what he wants to do. He that's the only way. That's what an ex machina is. If he was a regular guy, he would probably have to break open the costume store and steal it, and then that would not be a good movie. You know, so he convinces this guy to he convinces this guy to let him into this costume store, and they start doing some business, and then there's some little ruffling in the place, and this is one of the most interesting parts in the whole movie.
It was a weird.
Yeah, I love it.
I was not expecting that. That was weird.
Yeah.
Wigs and makeup while they're
You'll know. You'll know something. Look, this is what it's called. It's called role playing. No, it's not Final Fantasy video games. It's called pretending to be something that you're not, so and using sex as a, kind of like a thing for it.
Yep.
You pretend to be something or someone. It's like pretending to be a cop and she's a criminal, and
It's like cosplay rules.
it's exactly cosplay, but it ends up with awesome sex. I love a man in uniform. Bang bang.
Classic.
So there's one of the most interesting parts. This guy, a Japanese guy, he's like in a thong underwear with a wig, looking like guy getting caught trapped in the closet like R. Kelly.
That's different.
I honestly
So-
think the store owner was in on the role playing too. In there,
What happened?
the store owner, he was in on the role play.
No, he wasn't in on the role playing.
Really?
No, he admitted. What you got to see later on is that he actually
He
prostitutes.
was just
his daughter.
smutting out his daughter.
Yeah, later on, he's
Yeah,
running her off.
you find out that he prostituted his daughter.
Okay.
That's why he said if you need anything.
Anything, and that's not even if it's not a costume.
Yeah, I remember that.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And that's why those two guys, he's like being like this like dad that's like finding out stuff. He's like, have you no sense of decency? And those two guys are like, Millich, what are you talking about? Blah blah blah. And he's like, I'm gonna call the cops. He goes, no, what are you doing? Like they're like literally confused, And you're like, how the hell is this little girl like?
You said we get smashed.
Just to make you guys feel comfortable, that's obviously not a little girl. That was like a 21-year-old girl at the time. She just looks, she's babyish. Oh yeah, Lily Sobieski. Oh yeah,
Hello?
that's the first movie she was in. That's
You
how I
on
found
top.
out.
She was in Glass House and
Yeah.
she was in other
Yeah.
films.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
She was in this high school movie. I forgot what it was called, but yeah.
A high school movie? Yeah, she was hot.
Yeah.
But she was doing hot in that movie. So my favorite part also
Hell nah.
in this movie is that I always like little like secret stuff or things you don't hear or things that you don't really see but you know that they're doing something. One of my favorite things is that she hides behind Bill and she's like smiling like, and then you wonder like, yo, what the hell is going on? And she's smiling. He's like, shouldn't she be scared? And she's not scared. You know what I'm saying? She ain't scared. Anybody that gets caught doing that, your parents will kill you. You'll be scared as hell.
It seemed like she'd been through it all before.
Yeah, but my favorite thing that she does, and Oscar called it, and he was like, yo, I wonder what she said, is that she whispers in his ear. And I said to him, like, yo, that's one of my favorite things, is that she says something, you don't know what she said, and you're just like, yo, that's hot. Like, sexually, that's hot. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know what she said to him, but he never came back, so it's
No.
gotta be crazy.
So, fast forward to that, and then it's time for the Gary's favorite scene, the mansion. The mansion.
Boy.
Yeah, we definitely got some things in there, right?
Mansion in
Oh
Long Island.
boy, oh boy.
Yeah, but you would have missed it because you said while.
Yeah, I would have left that bitch.
Yeah, but you said the second that you walked in and that dude is walking around in a circle.
I'm out.
You said I'm out, but
I would have left.
But you would have missed it.
Fam, you see what he's going through right now? He's going through hell.
Yes, but the payoff of your night of hell. Dream.
I mean, if one nut ain't gonna kill me, you know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
that's what he was trying to do, but it wasn't working.
I'm not. Yeah, I would have left. I would have been happy with my decision, and I would have been out.
You would have been out. You was
Yeah,
like, "F
for a
this."
fact. But if I would have seen them robes off though,
Yeah, but you would have missed that because you said you would have been out.
but I'm saying, say
Yeah,
if I would have came in,
Where you think the butler was gonna hold on
and-
to you and be like,
and
yo, son, yo,
if robes were
fan,
down,
yo, fan, they taking off their robes. What?
I would have said, yo.
But that was
These
like
niggas ain't gonna
again
believe this one.
when you go in and there's like this kind of ceremony going on. There's people on their knees. There's guys like walking around with that Catholic thing that does the incense.
Yeah, and there's like hymning or whatever.
Yes,
something
a very
going on.
awesome scene too.
You see
Yeah.
Nick playing the piano.
What would you have done? What would you do
What would I do? What
If you walk
if you was in that situation?
I would do what he did. Stop and stare, like that song. Stop and stare. No, I would have been staring my ass off. Like I would have been like, what am I seeing? He had to look. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first saw this movie, everything that he was reacting, or like the way he was reacting to everything, I was reacting like the same exact way watching this movie. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't keep my eyes off the screen. You know what I mean? Like I was literally seeing what he was seeing, and what he saw, what ended up being everything, was a full-on orgy. That's what he witnessed.
Lit.
Yeah, because the women started taking each other their clothes off. Then they started like picking the men that they wanted to be with, and then sexual heaven.
Well, like I look crazy with all the masks and stuff, and
Yeah, well, before that, like if I was me and I walked into a room full of people with masks and black robes, I would have went to the bathroom and never came back.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
I don't know, I use the bathroom.
Just by the sight of the women taking off their robes,
Yeah.
and you don't even know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know it ain't gonna end good.
No.
Or did it? It looked like it was ending pretty well for a lot of people.
for them.
Yo, now let me ask you, because a handful of you guys saw this movie previously, and you saw a very different version of that movie, of the same movie. And the part when he's walking and seeing all these kind of like sexual activities going around and everybody's banging everything. First of all, I was trying to figure out, how can you 69 with mask on?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
I thought they were
That's
doing it for show
impossible.
or something.
That's impossible.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I told you I was going to tell you who Nuala is. I think that was the girl that was that Victor told her to go.
walking with-
Exactly.
I think
Yeah.
that was Nuala. She has a good name.
What?
For the record, I want to say this is actually the first time I've seen this movie,
Yeah.
and I thought it was great.
Yeah, it's amazing. This is what the American version showed you. Every time that you saw someone having sex,
There was somebody in the way.
There were people cloaked, like the cloaked people were standing in the way of the. You just saw like the heads and a little bit of the body. Now the version that I have is the unrated version. It was the version that Kubrick actually made. Before it was censored, before it was given a rating, and Europe allowed it, but America was like, "Oh, no, we can't show all that." So they CGI'd people. It was actually the first time
Really? There was
that
CGI?
CGI was, those were CGI with the people
Oh, really?
that were standing in front of the thing, because it was already shot. He wasn't gonna reshoot it,
Right,
you know
that's
what I mean?
what I thought.
So that was the solution,
Right.
And he's never used CGI in any of his movies, so it was kind of like, what the hell? It felt weird.
Blended pretty well. I couldn't even tell.
Yeah.
Think
I mean-
anybody else noticed?
Well, I didn't know at the time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I really wasn't paying attention to the people. No, but again, Gary, the girl that
He had his eye on the prize.
the girl that guy told the girl to go to Bill. You know what scene I'm talking about?
No.
Seeing that awesome part where that guy was on all fours, the girl was on his back, and some dude was smashing it. That scene where that one girl walks up to the guy, to Bill,
Yeah.
and I think that's Nuala.
Really?
I think so.
Why?
Because the people in the beginning of the movie, when they're at the Christmas party, the wife, Bill's wife, asks him one question. He's like, "Do you know anybody here?" And he says, "Not a soul." I think that party had people that were at
Yeah.
the party.
Yeah, for a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why they don't know anybody. You know what I mean? The model he knew, but it was like once he saw her, the blonde one. But I think that those two women, they go to the party. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what proves it is because Mandy's at both parties. Mandy's at the Christmas party and she's at the orgy party. Remember?
Yo, that's crazy. Could you imagine going to say we go to a party, right? Everybody has masks on, and then we go to another party where every mask is off, whatever. You was there with everybody that was there, but you don't know who's who. Who do you like?
No, you don't know.
That's crazy.
But that's what makes it better, because you don't pick. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't no thing. ugly, gay, straight.
Exactly. I feel like there's
pretty.
no judgment. You just
you
go
don't
there
judge.
to
They
do
went
what you
to a
gotta
party
do.
with no
Yeah.
judgment. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's actually the cool thing about the party.
Planet Fitness party. Judgment free zone.
So they get all this, that, but then what happens? He gets told that his taxi. He went there by cab all the way to Long Island from the city, you know, from Manhattan, and
All the way.
he said someone came up to him and it was like, "Yo, there's a guy that wants to see you, your cab driver." So he goes in there, and then all of a sudden he gets blocked, and he gets super scared. And the reason why is because the whole clique is just staring at him right there. You know what I'm saying? And they asked for the password.
And
Right?
they asked him for the house password.
Yeah.
Which there wasn't one.
Yes, we found out later there was no house, no password.
Not at all.
The
The root of trickery.
Now let me ask you this: if it was you and you were masked, and he says, "Take off your mask," you take off your mask. But then he told them, "Get undressed." Come on, Gary, get
said,
undressed.
man, listen.
Said it more than 4 times.
You ain't gonna have me out here
Remove your
swinging.
clothes.
Have
In
me
front
out
of
here
everybody.
swinging.
And then
Word, and I don't even know y'all. Please.
Then he gets that one girl that's trying to save him throughout the entire time in the house. She gave him an opportunity to leave, and then she was like, you know, "Stop! I'm ready to redeem him. Take me," and all this and that. And then he was able to leave. So, but he was told, "Yo, if you do anything or if you say something, there's gonna be things happening." You know what I'm saying? So he comes home, and then, as if he didn't have a amazing night already, his wife is laughing to herself in her dream and having another dream. And in that dream, she says that she was having they were both naked, and she felt ashamed, and that she went when he went to go get them clothes, she was happy that he was gone.
More salt to injury.
Yeah, that you actually
And she told him that she was having a nightmare.
yeah, that was a nightmare. It didn't sound like a nightmare towards the end, did it?
Nope.
Steve, you were the one that got a little salty about that. Though.
Yeah.
The most. You were the one that was actually more like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Yeah, it's really fucked up because she's
Fuck
putting
that
more
bitch.
salt to injury.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yep.
this guy just is snapping already, and now you're throwing all this at him. Like the way you're talking to it, like, you know, like, I don't know, that just sucks. Like,
Yeah.
he's already down
Yeah,
about it,
and it doesn't. She's not helping to anything.
And she
but-
brings up the naval officer again. You know. Like,
yeah,
That's
that it
I
was
gotta
him.
kill you. I
Yeah.
gotta
It's grounds.
yeah, grounds.
But like, yeah, so two dreams of her smashing the naval officer.
Yeah, but she said she was happy. that
Yeah.
he was gone.
And even worse is that she said
I don't
that
think
she
that
was
makes a
having an
difference,
orgy
man.
with other men, like
It's the
random
thought.
men in her dream. That's what even made it worse. It was like,
I would have caught a body.
but what's funny is that it doesn't have like this kind of like similarity. Like everything is like falling apart. I mean, falling together to like the similarity of what his night was, so to speak.
Right,
So it's like, what?
right.
What the hell? You were having an orgy?
Yeah,
I was just at an orgy. You know what I'm saying? So, in a way, you start having that kind of. Like, I remember when I saw this movie the first time. I'm like, what the hell? That's just nah. That's a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. Like, there's no way that you're gonna have this dream and like, who the hell brought you back to the house? You know what I mean? But he knows that she didn't go because she called him from the house and all this and that. We know that she called him from the house.
But what happens if she was a part of that party and she's the one that put that mask there at the end? You get what I'm saying?
But she wasn't.
All right, fuck you, Lou.
Nah, so after that dream, he starts walking around the city, like doing all the things. Like he's kind of like it's the morning, and now he's doing like all these things, like kind of like fixing himself. So he goes back to return the costume, to then find out that when he was given the costume, the mask is gone.
Wait, how do you know she wasn't there?
Because when we saw her call for Bill off the phone
When?
at home,
When he was with Domino.
when he was with Domino.
He was with Domino then.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean she couldn't have gone to that party.
But let's just assume that she did not go to the
Nah, fam, I think she was there.
You think she was there?
I think she was there. Cause
I
you gotta
wouldn't even
think,
be surprised.
cause you gotta think somebody would sneak in somebody's crib, steal a mask, and then put it back. No, that doesn't make no sense.
Oh, it does, and I'm gonna tell you why.
You're a liar.
I am. I'm gonna tell you. I promise. you will feel resolved once I tell you the story. So back at it. So he starts doing all his things. So he returns the costume, and then he sees the two people that he was gonna arrest. The guy was gonna call the cops. He sees the guy's daughter come out of the room, and what's funny, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but the Asian dude, when he saw Bill, he had like this
he's a little shook
like a shook up face, but then he realized nothing is happening, so he just like said goodbye. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, we'll meet again, blah blah blah, and that's how you notice, like, yo, oh my god, this guy prostitutes his own daughter. You know what I mean? That's how he's making money on the side. He ain't making money off costumes like that. You know what I'm saying? So he goes to that, and then he goes to visit Nick Nightingale at the club, but the club is closed. Then he gets information to go that it's at his hotel, and he finds out from Nightcrawler, Alec Cumming.
All right.
Yep.
That's Nightcrawler from X-Men. So he tells him like, oh yeah, he came, he had a bruise on his face, and that he left. So, you know, that's all he got. That's all he knew. And then it's already nighttime, and then he starts being followed. This bald-headed, creepy-ass dude that even Gary would have run away.
Wait, then he goes to
Gary.
For sure.
after the hotel.
Yeah, he did all that before going to the mansion. So he's being followed, and it creeps him out. He buys this newspaper, and then he goes to a coffee house. He's chilling in the coffee house. He opens an article. He sees the article, and it's an article about a woman that died, a beauty queen that died, and he saw the name Amanda Curran. Kind of like put that together with the woman that he met at the Christmas party in the beginning of the movie called Mandy, named Mandy. And then from there, he needed to prove it to himself, so he goes to the hospital. He goes, he sees the body and realizes that it is Mandy. She died of an overdose. He also came to the conclusion that, yo, this is the woman that was masked. This is the woman from the orgy party.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So he just kind of snapped. He just realized that. In the midst of confusion, he leaves the hospital. So he's just walking down the street. He gets a call, and it's a call that says Victor. What's his last name? Siegfried.
Yeah.
You know, he wants to, speak to him, and so he goes. And when he gets there, basically it's the moment, it's the truth. The truth comes out. And what do we find out? That whole thing was all staged. Everything from the moment that he got in there, it was all staged. You know, the whole take me, just like Victor says it. The whole take me, the whole I'm ready, the whole sacrifice. That was all bullshit.
There's a room.
That was no, but I like what he says. He says that whole thing that you've been jerking yourself off to, it's all bullshit. No, man, I love the way they talk in this movie.
All that stuff you saw, and then it was all staged. Like,
Well, I would be upset because it didn't feel staged.
Yeah, it didn't.
You know what I mean? Like,
felt
here he
pretty
is,
real.
he's thinking he's like, his life depended on it. Yeah. He's worried for the life of the woman that's trying to help him leave. Yo, I would be so scared. And then she's dead, or at least a woman dead, and then you're like, oh, that's that chick. This is the chick. There's no way.
scaring him, so he wouldn't say anything.
Exactly. Yeah, I know what scene you're talking about, that he goes to the mansion. All the things he does, he just like, I forgot about that scene. That he like goes and he like rings the bell. Oh, not rings the bell. The camera sees him. The security camera sees him, and all of a sudden a car comes to the house. I mean, to the gates, and then gives him a letter with his name on it, saying that this is, consider this a second warning.
And it was typed up.
Yeah, it was typed
So
up.
this was like made already.
Yes, exactly. The guy that was dressed in red, the one that was, you are ready to rename him. I think that was him.
Yeah, that was obvious.
Definitely.
Like, what? He has a face that kind of matched the mask a little bit. That's where I was like, yo, that's him. I think that, and you know what? It when he was taken to the mansion, it was like in a Jeep Cherokee. The guy that comes in the other car is a freaking Rolls Royce. He's like, yo, you're the owner of this house, bro. This is your crib.
I don't know if that was the owner of the house. I don't know if he would do it himself.
Well, you know what? He wouldn't even know.
Yeah, he wouldn't. Everybody's masked.
You know what I mean? And that gives, and if it was really him, it gives him balls. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I have the power.
That boy threw some crazy parties though.
Yo, I'll throw his party, and I'll come up to you and be like, yo, consider this a second warning, son.
That is a crazy party.
Yeah, it makes it gully.
Man, could you imagine being in that situation, like going from the room and just people just like bugging out, like
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just having sex.
We just here for the sex. But
all you can sex buffet.
all you can eat $7.99. But he tells him that it's all a fake, and then he was like, "Yo, but how is this fake?" And a woman dies. That was the girl that was dressed under the mask, right? And he admitted that it was, and
It was the girl from the beginning.
it was the girl from. It was Mandy from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know,
She was
don't you
OD.
remember her, the girl with the big, with the nice tits? She was ODing on my couch,
Julian did top out.
Yeah, huh? In my bathroom or whatever. You know the lines better than I do. You've been paying attention more.
You know why I was
I'm tired. So he just said, "Yo, she probably OD'd when she got home. She got home, she was fine, and everything is good." And he also said something that was pretty creepy. It's the creepiest line in the whole movie. He goes, "If I told you who was there, I'm not gonna tell you any names, but if I told you, you wouldn't be able to sleep right at night."
Dang.
And that's already that you got to tell him. And that it's not just it's not people that he knows. It's people that are important. Like, let's say the president of the United States. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or the mayor of
Mayor.
New York City. Famous people. You know
Definitely.
what I mean? Things like that. You know, people that don't want their faces shown to know. You know, that's why they have those secrets. That we got the celebrity shit. You know, like paparazzi be all over the house. That's basically what he said. He admitted that it was all staged and told him like, "Yo, you know, don't worry about it no more. We're not gonna follow you, but you gotta shut up. You can't say shit." And what put the nail on the coffin was when he went home after just kind of like, "Yo, everything's cool. I'm not gonna say shit. This day's done. I could just sleep on it, and that's it." But then he gets home, and lo and behold, there's the mask that he had, that he thought he lost, and there it is on the bed, on the pillow, sleeping right next to his sleeping wife. Most of you guys think that the wife was the one that found it and
I
like
wanted to talk
put it there.
about it after,
But it's like,
yeah.
but think about it. Do you think a wife?
No way.
No, her bitch would. She would be up all night waiting for this nigga to get home.
Yeah.
That's what any woman would do.
she
anyway.
was there, fam.
She was at the
I'm
party.
telling you, you gotta think about it. She's over here talking about she's having fantasies of orgies and shit. She was there.
Yeah, but
I don't think so.
No,
She was there. How do you know? You can't
I'm
say.
telling you that she wasn't, because she was just told the story. Because there comes the last part of my list, the confession. He told her his whole night, and it resulted in her be like busting out crying, like she couldn't believe that he actually had that kind of night, that he was considering to cheat on her based on
That's what she could be upset about. That he was gonna cheat.
Because
the same thing that
If
she
was there-
told.
If she was there, she would have seen him because he took his mask off in front of her.
Yeah, exactly. Remember?
So it would have been like, okay, how long are you gonna drag this on? I already know.
But you can't like you ain't gonna act out at there.
You can if she was there, quote unquote, she would have been lying.
But let me
But
ask you this.
she can't let you know that she was there.
But what gives you the notion that she's
You
a
feel what I'm
cheater?
saying?
Why would she be there? She only spoke
To
about
get
cheating
dick
in a dream.
down.
Huh?
To get dick down. Why else would
But
she
why
be
would she
there?
cheat on him
Because she's a
with
slut.
strangers? She was like in love with a naval officer. It wasn't even a stranger.
Yeah.
She was that was a
She
stranger.
she
No,
admitted.
no, I mean
Yeah.
like she knew, but like it wasn't
didn't
like just
know
a
him.
dude walking up and say let's smash. It was like
That's what it was.
But she crushed
She
hard. on
wanted
it. That's
to.
what she
She
did.
wanted to,
Exactly.
but she
So
didn't do it.
that's a stranger. She wanted to smash
Yeah,
a
but
stranger.
but the thing is that she fell in love with what she saw.
A
You
stranger.
understand what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a stranger, but
Yeah.
it's not like that. Her dream is not going to result her being in an orgy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like that makes no sense.
And I feel like it was karma to me.
You know, it's exactly what it is. What it is that
Right there. You think that's
no, that's
that dude.
that's Victor and that's
Yeah.
his wife.
Looking at him.
That's Victor and Victor's wife.
Yeah.
Oh, that's his wife.
Right
That's
now,
what
they're
that-
actually talking about the scene when they're in the
his wife
actual
wouldn't care
mansion
that
and
she-
everybody's
scene
in
when they-
black
when
clothes
they're
and
staring
masks.
at him.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
she wouldn't care. that
She
he was
wouldn't
in the
care.
bathroom with
No,
No.
she wouldn't care.
So why?
Think about it.
She's a gold digger.
You don't think that his wife would be looking for him at their own house party?
Yo, so let me ask you a question. Why like how the hell do they know who's who?
But
Well,
they
like-
don't. Not there. They don't know who's who. There.
So why is he looking at him like that? What was that
Because
scene
he
for?
know that's Bill. He admitted
But
it in
how
the
does
house.
how does he know? That's
Because once he gave in his coat, they immediately looked. They knew that he shouldn't be there.
as soon as he got there.
from the jump, from the get. He said, "Everybody came in limousines. You came in a taxi. The second that you did that, everybody want to know who the hell you were. They knew you weren't a part of that because come on, everybody's gonna go there. There was a whole bunch of limos lined up.
Yo, let's get this orgy popping.
Let's do it.
Nah,
Put on a mask.
Not right now.
What do you mean not right now? You already broke up with your girlfriend. Let's go.
Wait, so you broke up with your girl as a result of this movie?
Facts.
Tell me about your reasons, God damn it.
Nah. She's a good person.
Where was you last night?
Well, my dream told me that you were here. So the confession. So he confessed everything, and the whole thing with the mask on the pillow is proven that there's important people that were at that party, and they have the power to do almost anything they want. They will threaten you. They can get into your home. They can do all that shit. They broke into the home twice. Once to steal the mask, and once to plant it on there, on the bed. You understand what I'm saying? So that goes to show you that whoever's like Victor had a guy following him just to follow him, just to make sure he don't go in there. That's what I mean. There are people of power in there that can exercise the right to do what they need to do to keep things something secret. You know what I'm saying? So he confesses it. She's bawling out, crying, because he literally was physically gonna do what she thought about doing. You know what I'm saying? Right. So in the final scene where they're in a toy shop, for their daughter, and they're like looking at Christmas stuff, they're like having this conversation of what's the resolution to their thing. You know what I'm saying? And the resolution is actually my favorite line, because that's what we want our women to be like. To say, what are we gonna do? And what was anybody remember what's the final word of the movie?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yes, fuck.
Let's get it.
There's nothing better than makeup sex.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the.
the reason why you
Yeah.
didn't do all that shit.
Sex kind of like heals all wounds a little bit.
That's the moral of the story, kids.
Yeah. They proven that they're gonna stay married. Even if he had cheated on it, you could tell that they were gonna stay married. You know what I'm saying? So, other than that, I think that that's pretty much the whole damn movie that we just described to everybody. I'm sure Gary still got turned on, even me talking about the movie.
I love tits.
It's true, he does.
So, can y'all say that this is the best movie y'all seen thus far from here?
Yeah, I mean,
For the
I was thinking
podcast.
about-
Nudity
Check.
wise, yeah.
Hands
What?
down.
What'd you say, Weiss?
Nudity wise.
Nudity West. Is this the best nudity movie you've ever seen?
Besides X videos, yeah.
Yeah, but obviously besides X videos.
Yeah. Nudity wise, hell yeah.
This is the best movie in the
I like
podcast
this.
that we've seen.
Yeah.
This is my
It's
top
very
three.
dark and interesting.
Number one.
Yep. So just one more thing, like, yeah, look at that. The best scenes are coming up. It's the scene of the
best
sex.
scenes.
So, I think in closing, everybody just admitted. I just want to let everybody know that I'm enjoying this. What the hell did you just watch? Crew. It just keeps falling onto the same guys and gals. Well, no gals. The only gals are on TV.
Yep.
But
of them.
I hope everybody's been enjoying themselves. I hope
Definitely.
everybody's been enjoying the movies I've been showing, and I hope that next week I can top this. There's
I don't know, this is a hard one to top because
so I think that's it, right, guys? You got nothing to say.
That's it.
Anybody got to say any little finales? Best movie in the world, Eyes Wide Shut. Is this the movie? Is this the best movie you ever seen? Really, you think so?
Yeah.
That's because he's saying he eyes wide shut, got his hands wide open. Nasty. boy.
So I guess in closing, thank you for watching, which I think is the most disturbing movie that most people in this group have seen. But trust me, this actually is one of very many, and hopefully next week, not next week, in 2 weeks, because I'll be going on vacation, but in 2 weeks we can definitely watch Blue Velvet. Blue
Yes.
Velvet is actually going to be the next disturbing movie.
What kind
'Cause-
of like horror or is it gonna be?
No, it's not a drama. Well, it's more drama, yeah. But it's pretty interesting. It's very cool. Well, that's it. You know, it's time to say buenos nachos, ladies.
Buenos nachos.
You know.
I love nachos.
So I hope you guys had a great time. I hope you guys are loving the movies that I'm showing, and just have one final thing to say.
Good night.
Good night. Yeah.
Or
And stay tuned.
Or stay tuned.
Yeah.
Or about this one. Peace out, yo.
Peace out,
So,
yo. Huh?
Okay, that's good enough. We out.
King.